Hey everybody, welcome back and welcome to 2017. I'm happy to be back with another year here for you guys. I hope New Year's went great, and now I think it's a new year and it's time to play some new Magic. And that means we have a new deck. So this is a deck that popped up in the SCG Players Championship a few weeks ago, and then had some success on Magic Online as well. And I've sort of taken the two lists and combined them into something that I like and feel more comfortable with. So what we have here is Eldrazi Tron. The two boogeymen of the format, Eldrazi and Tron, the big mana play giant guys on turn 3. They've matched together. This is a mashup of the two decks, and it's very powerful. So, the core of the deck is the Urza Tron, the Urza's Tower, Urza's Power Plant, Urza's Mine. When you have all three of them, the Power Plant and the Mine make 2 mana, and the Tower makes 3. So the three of them together on turn 3 makes 7 mana. And it's really easy to have them on turn 3. If you have 2 in your opening hand, Expedition Map finds you the third. Now what we've also done is we have Eldrazi Temples in the deck. The playset of these makes 2 extra mana. So we have a lot of ways to make a lot of mana specifically for Eldrazi. Our entire deck is colorless. We have a couple ways to search off Path to Exile if we get hit with that. We have a Seagate Wreckage. So it's a nice late game card to get some value. We have Ghost Quarters against other Tron decks or generally mess with our opponent's lands. We have Gemstone Cavern. This is a sweet one. So what it means is if it's in your opening hand, you can begin with it in play if you do exile a card. So essentially we can throw away a card we're not going to use, a second, a land we don't need or a second chalice, whatever it may be, and we get this in play beginning. So we immediately basically to steal a land drop. So you can have 3 mana. We can play a first turn Matter Reshaper if we have a Gemstone Caverns that we have a luck counter on, and then an Eldrazi Temple. You can play first turn Mana Reshaper. Pretty insane. Or, it's another way to turn 2 Thought-Knots here, etc. Interesting here because it's kind of a freebie in our all colorless mana base. We also have Cavern of Souls to make our Eldrazi uncounterable if we need to. And yeah, there's only one, but you can search it up off Expedition Map if it comes up. So I cut, so from the other lists, I cut a waste to add the cavern in here because we have the maps. So moving on, the creature core of the deck is these 4 Matter Reshapers, which are just great value. 4 Thought-Knots here, which we all know is just insane. 4 Reality Smasher, broken card. Couple Endbringers, just does a whole bunch of stuff, especially when you have all the colorless mana that this deck has. That's sort of your Eldrazi half of the deck. Well, I guess technically we have Ulamog and Kozilek, which are both Eldrazi, but really they're more of the Tron half of the deck, because those are cards you see in Tron more so than you see in Eldrazi. But the Tron half of the deck is the Karn, the All Is Dust, the couple Eldrazi's, the Batter Skulls. So we can also play Chalice of the Voids, and with Gemstone Cavern, we can even Chalice for 1 on the play. And keep our opponent from, playing their Glistener Elf or whatever. So this just locks out a lot of people. Chalice on 1 does in Modern. Rounding it out, we have some Dismembers because you obviously have to have more removal, and Warping Well as well, which is an interesting one. You can exile some number of creatures. It can hit some important stuff. You can also counter target sorceries, which is important. A lot of times, Scape Shift. There's a lot of sorceries that you are going to want to counter. And it's ramp. It's a 2-mana ramp spell. Or even a first turn ramp spell if you have the Gemstone Cavern. All these ways to just power out these really giant threats very early. So that's the deck. It's pretty powerful, as you might expect from a deck that the mana curve takes up all the screen. So moving on to the sideboard. More removal, big picture removal here, Spatial Contortion, good early game. Another Warping Wheel for the same. Ratchet Bombs, this is basically our answer to Blood Moon, because Blood Moon is a giant problem. The only thing we have to really handle Blood Moon in the main deck is this one Mind Stone that I put in here over this 3rd Warping Wheel, just to, have some sort of out to Blood Moon. Obviously we can get the Waste, but there's only a couple of them, etc. So I decided that the Mind Stone is also another way to play our threats a turn earlier, and helps us play around Blood Moon, and was worth cutting the 3rd Warping Wheel from the deck. But Ratchet Bomb is really our out to Blood Moon in the sideboarded games. Sundrop against Burn, Relic and Surgical against Graveyard decks, Pithing Needle against decks where that's relevant, combo decks. So that's the deck. It's a lot of fun to play big threats, so let's get right into it.